G'day guys and welcome back to Aussie Gamer. Look, some of the more interesting things to come out of GDC this week is the fact that Microsoft are working hard on a hardcore game controller, which to me sounds pretty damn awesome, mostly because I don't have one. So I've been toying with the idea for ages that I should buy a SCUF controller, but with this news I'm just thinking maybe I should just wait a little bit longer. Anyway, the hardcore gaming controller as it's being described will be for the Xbox One and I would assume Windows 10, given that we are getting a wireless adapter at some stage in the future for Windows 10, so you can use your Xbox One controller over there as well. Now the reason I want a hardcore controller is essentially because I think you actually need one, particularly if you want to be competitive in hardcore shooter games like Call of Duty, possibly even Halo as well. Now, PlayStation fans, don't shoot me down here when I say this, but I think we all know that the Xbox One is the best controller specifically for shooters. So if you have any understanding of human movement or ergonomics, I'm sure you'd agree that the positioning of the left thumbstick where it is on the Xbox One controller does feel a little bit more natural. And when you're playing an online shooter like Call of Duty or Halo or any other shooter that requires fast, natural movement, then it is in the best position at this point in time. And I'm actually surprised that when Sony created the PlayStation 4, they didn't go and move it. But anyway, there you go. So there's been many people speculating exactly what this hardcore controller could or couldn't be in the near future. Some of these things range from a built-in headset adapter, which would be pretty cool, a whole bunch of shortcut buttons, so things like, you know, taking a photo instantly, like a snap photo button or take photo button. People are also speculating about some ergonomic improvements, so things like more hand molding, so it wraps around your fingers a little bit more tightly. Perhaps even a grippier texture would also be something that would be pretty damn cool. Other people have also suggested some rear-mounted buttons. Now, I'm not sure how that would work exactly, but definitely some adjustable triggers. I think they would be absolutely essential, especially if you wanted to call it a hardcore controller. Now, I think having the ability to adjust the controller with things like adjustable triggers or the ability to tighten the tension on the thumbsticks, I think that'd be absolutely cool. And I think if you're a real hardcore gamer, those things are absolutely essential. A number of other people have also suggested that the inclusion of paddles, just like they are on the SCUF, and it's something that I guess hardcore gamers especially have become accustomed to. So there you go guys, there's some news on the apparent hardcore game controller coming for the Xbox One, which I think is pretty damn cool, and it's got me thinking, you know, should I hold off, should I go and buy that SCUF controller? At this point in time, I think I want to see a little bit more information before I go out and buy a SCUF on exactly how this new Xbox One controller is going to look. So for me, I'm just parking my money for a little while and I'll wait and see exactly what it looks like. Now, just before I go, I just want to throw out there that there's obviously a bit more information coming through about HoloLens. So obviously Project Morpheus for Sony and the PlayStation 4 is in full swing, and as I understand it, it is set for a release at some stage in spring 2016. So it's looking like we'll see Project Morpheus come to life sooner rather than later, which is pretty damn cool. But HoloLens is something I'm really excited about. And I think the reason I'm excited about HoloLens, probably a little bit more than Project Morpheus, is this whole concept of motion sickness. Now, I believe if they don't get Project Morpheus 100% right, and when I say 100% right, I mean super quality visuals with a very high frame rate, I think it's just going to lead to a lot of motion sickness and make a hell of a lot of people sick, myself included. So only time will tell with that. I haven't yet used Project Morpheus, so I don't know exactly how it will look or feel when I'm sitting inside that unit, but I guess only time will tell. But HoloLens, getting back to HoloLens, I'm really excited for HoloLens because I think what it does, or what it will do, is take reality and overlay that with some virtual concepts. And to me, that's really exciting because you don't lose touch of the real world. And I think that's really important because I don't believe it's going to have that same sense of motion sickness that Project Morpheus will have. Now, I don't know that. I've never used Project Morpheus. I've never used HoloLens. I'm only speculating here. I think in all reality, both of these devices will be cool, and I will probably be the first person in line to pick up A, Project Morpheus, and B, a HoloLens when they both debut at some stage in the future. Anyway guys, there's my thoughts about some of the cool stuff that's coming out of GDC. If you haven't yet checked out my other video about GDC where Phil Spencer essentially confirms that the Xbox One will be getting a 20% GPU power boost, which is pretty damn awesome, I'll make sure I link it in the description down below. Alright guys, if you could like today's video for me, that'd be pretty damn awesome. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and as always guys, get involved in the comments via the comments section down below. Alright guys, I will see you all in the next video.